Well, hey Lakeside, Mr. Johnson here, your library media specialist. And today I'm going to show you how to access thousands of e-books and audiobooks right to your Chromebook or also to your phone or tablet. So where we're going to go is up in the top right, you'll see a big blue C there. So click on that. That C is for clever. But up here we're going to go into the resources section where it says Sora. So we'll click on that. And it may ask you for your school Gmail login the first time you get on, but since I'm logged in, it took me right to the page. And then I'm going to go explore. And this is one of the two collections that you have access to. Right now we're in the Springdale Public Schools collection. And as you can see over here, as I mentioned, there's more than 200 ebooks and also audiobooks. And I'll also divide them up by different subjects. You can see there's a few dozen books in all of these different categories. You might look at that and say, yeah, that's nice. It looks like there's a few hundred books there. And you may find what you're looking for in the Springdale Public Schools collection. But if you click up on the three dots up in the top right-hand corner of your screen, you'll want to go to where it says Arkansas Library to Go. Now, the first time you get on, you're going to need to go and click Add a Library. But since I've already done this, I'm going to click on Arkansas Library to Go. And this is going to take me right out to the Springdale Public Library. If I was doing this the first time, you click Add a Library, and then you click Springdale Public Library. And on this page, you'll notice this shows us a whole big list of popular subjects, but the number of books and audiobooks that are available to you are much larger. You see most of them are in the thousands here. So the way this works is I might click on Young Adult Fiction. And right now it's showing me 2,351 ebooks and 838 audiobooks. They're in this section, and they're divided up by fantasy and romance and some other categories. You may have noticed that I didn't have to use a library card number. As a Springdale student, you have access to all of these resources that you can put right onto your Chromebook or your phone. So I'm going to look through the collection here. You may have noticed that some titles have this headphone on there. If it has that headphone symbol, like Midnight Sun here, that means it's an audiobook. It's one you can listen to. But the other ones where there is no headphone symbol on the book cover, those are ebooks or electronic books. So here's one called The Compound that looks pretty interesting. So you have some different options here. You could add it to a list, like if you liked a certain genre of books and you wanted to make a big list of them. You'd also read a sample just to kind of try out the book, read a few pages, or you can also borrow it. And one thing I really like about this too is you notice what it tells me at the bottom. It says it's #1 in the series. That means it's the first book in the series. You can see next door there's also another book called The Fallout, which is the second book in that same series. So I'm pretty interested in this one. So I'm going to click on the book, and then it'll tell me a little bit about the book in a few sentences. It'll also tell me the Lexile score, and it'll also tell me a little bit about the categories or the genres it belongs in. Like this is a thriller, and it's young adult fiction. It also tells me this is the first book in the series out of 2. And it also gives me a little list of some other books that are a lot like The Compound. If I like this book, I might very well like those as well. And it'll show me the cover of the book here. And if I want to start reading right on my Chromebook here, I'll just click on the book. And there's a couple things you can do with the text. You notice that my text right now, I've got white text and a black background. You can come over and you can change your reading settings. If you want to lighten it up, you can. And also go with a 2-page view, or if I click on this button, it'll make a 1-page view. You can also leave a bookmark for how far you get. And I can click close. Now it also will build a bookshelf for you. So I'll show you what my bookshelf looks like. You can see that's the one that I just downloaded called The Compound. Also got one called The Remedy. And it'll tell me about how far I am in the book. Like I'm not too far in The Remedy so far. I'm also reading X over here, and you can see that I'm 81%, or I'm almost done with that one. And I've got another one here called Anne Frank that I've only read 17% of. But that's a little bit about how you can access Sora to get ebooks and audiobooks delivered right out to your Chromebook or to your smart device. Happy reading.